how about 4 leather fragrances for each season? Well, if you want to find out what I've picked, you know what to do. Stay tuned. Hello, I'm Scott, this is the Centurion, and today I'm bringing you a video which is 4 leather fragrances for each season of the year. Now the fragrances that I've picked they have leather in. They're not necessarily leather prominent, but they do have leather in them, and they are, because I'm in the northern hemisphere, I think a lot of people think of leather fragrances as being cold weather scents, but it's not necessarily true. So I tried to cover all bases, all ages, and well, see what you think. Anyway, we'll start off with number 1, which is a real old fragrance. Now this one I believe came out in 1936, I think it was. I could be wrong, but it's around about that time. It's one that isn't really mentioned a lot on YouTube. It's got an old school vibe to it, but this is a fantastic fragrance, and it is Dunhill for Men. Now, not the black edition, because that's a newer one. This one obviously has been reformulated since 1936, but this is still a cracking, absolutely cracking fragrance. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, it starts off, it's got a wonderful fruitiness right at the beginning. The citrus notes are beautiful. The notes in that are Amalfi lemon, lavender, nutmeg and geranium. Then in the mids you've got carnation, woodsy notes, iris, rose and jasmine. And then in the base you've got your leather, vetiver, oak moss, sandalwood, Virginia cedar and tonka bean. This is such a classy scent, and you can pick this up really cheaply. I think a 100ml bottle is less than £30 at the moment, but it's got real class to it. You can smell the rose and the geranium in there, and the iris as well. It gives it a beautiful bouquet, and then mixed with that light leather, it's like an Italian leather jacket. It's not quite suede-y, but it's not of a rough type of leather. It's class and sophistication. Now a lot of people, some of you youngsters out there may not think, you'll probably think that's too old for you, which I can understand. It has got an old school vibe to it, but it's also got a very friendly, clean, gentlemanly vibe. This fragrance is going to last you all day long, and it is ideal for the spring. So this up and coming spring, why not try a bottle? It's a really nice presentation for what you get, and it's for the money, it's unbelievable. The quality of that is beautiful. Right, now on to the summer one. Now this one reminds me of being on the Amalfi Coast in Italy with a linen suit on, white shirt, unbuttoned down to your navel, a hairy chest protruding. You've just stepped out of your Ferrari, you're now going to aboard your yacht and have a day out on the sea. This is Acqua di Parma's Colonia Intensa. Absolutely fantastic fragrance. It's clean, citrus and great sprayer. It's just so beautiful, and you get just a very slight hit of leather right at the back. It's not too much, but it's there just to give it enough base for it to last for a good 6 hours on you in the sun. It is beautiful. Niche, obviously, and it is a fantastic fragrance. The notes in there are citruses, bergamot, cardamom, ginger, Sicilian lemon, and then in the mids you have neroli, cedar, myrrh, gayak wood, and then artemisia, and then in the base you have leather, benzoin, musk and patchouli, and it is such a beautifully crafted fragrance. It was the only one that I bought from that house because I like the sound of the leather in there, because I had heard that some of them haven't got the greatest longevity, but I thought with a little bit of leather in there as well, it's going to give that just that little bit more staying power, which it does, and it is a beautiful fragrance for the summer. Now on to autumn. Now autumn, I thought autumn is different obviously wherever you go in the world, but in England it can be all 4 seasons in one. Basically, you don't know what you're going to get. So I have plumped for Bulgari Man in Black. The reason why is, I'm trying not to get it on my glasses, and that's beautiful. The reason why I've gone for this is because it's not too dark, in case it is a little bit warm, but it's dark enough to cut through them chillier mornings maybe, and a beautiful fragrance for the autumn, especially at night time. The notes in there are spices, rum and tobacco. Then you've got leather, iris, tuberose and tonka bean, gaet wood and benzoin. Now it's the leather, the rum and the iris which is the main players in this, blended to perfection. Smooth, it's alluring, intoxicating, and it's just so gentlemanly as well. All of these fragrances I've picked as well to have more of a smarter appeal. They're not so casual, so it's not like your Calvin Kleins and things like that. A little bit of class, if you will, but this is, yeah, Bulgari Man in Black is unbelievable. It's that the rum note in there is beautiful as well. It's not too strong, but it's there just enough to make it that intoxicating fragrance. But it's beautiful, rich, sumptuous, and again, it's going to last you all day long. If you've not tried it, do try it. It's one of my favourite designers. Now, on to the last one. I will just mention after this, there is an honourable mention, only quickly, just another option for you, just in case. This one for the winter, and of course, if I'm picking a leather fragrance, it's going to have to be this all day long. One of my favourite houses. Some of you may know what it's going to be already, but that is Molinard's Quill, with notes of nutmeg, lemon verbena, bergamot, and then mid notes of saffron, pepper, lavender and lily, and leather, agar wood, amber and musk, sandalwood and patchouli. What a fragrance this is. It's got a beautiful Middle Eastern vibe to it. The leather in this is like a suede leather, so it's rich. You've got a slight hint of oud in there, not skanky at all, but just enough just to give it that base that it needs, that Middle Eastern feel. The saffron in there is gorgeous. You've got the hints of your lemon in the top and your bergamot, slight spice, you know, the spiciness of the nutmeg, all rolled into such a fantastic fragrance. This smells exactly how opulent that bottle looks in its purple. It is beautiful. One of my favourite leather fragrances, and the first niche fragrance that I ever bought. I keep banging on about Molinard, but they are just fantastic for the money. That is Molinard's Quill. And on to the honourable mention. I'm not going to bang on too much about this, but you do need to try this because this has got a great feel. If you're fancying a fragrance that's going to be good for the summer or the winter, and especially if you're in an office environment as well, this is going to be ideal. And this is Aramis Modern Leather. This has a beautiful green note to it right at the beginning. There's a mixture of greens in the beginning. It's so fresh, and then mixed with that leather. It's like what I call a satchel leather. It's not chemically in any way, and this is probably one of the most freshest leather fragrances that I have come across. Absolutely fantastic. But that is Aramis Modern Leather. Also, that one is not talked about enough. Its flanker, Tobacco Reserve, is always harped on about. This deserves more love. It is beautiful, and you can get that for a fantastic price as well. Anyway, Modern Leather by Aramis. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell down below. And keep safe, please, people out there. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you.